My beloved, you didn't expect life to feel this heavy. No one really does. There are seasons that arrive uninvited, seasons where nothing makes sense, and even the things you once counted on seem to slip through your fingers like dust. You try to hold on, to faith, to strength, to something familiar. But there are days it all feels like too much. The weight of unanswered prayers, broken relationships, sudden loss, or the slow ache of waiting has worn you thin. And in that place, you begin to wonder if you've been forgotten, if blessings are only for others, if miracles are just for the stories and not for you. But listen closely now, because in this place, right here where it feels like you have nothing left, I am drawing near, not to fix everything in a moment, but to remind you of something deeper than your pain. Something stronger than the storm you're in. My presence, my purpose, and my unshakable love for you. You have not been forgotten. You are not walking alone. And what you feel right now is not the end. It is the middle. The middle of a story still unfolding, one that is already soaked in grace. You may not see it yet, but there are blessings forming in places you least expect. They are not always loud or obvious. They do not always come wrapped in joy or certainty. Sometimes, blessings arrive in the form of survival. The fact that you made it through one more day. Sometimes they come as a whisper of peace in the night, a moment of laughter in the middle of your sorrow, or a hand reaching for yours when you thought no one saw your pain. I know you have questions. I know you've wondered why certain prayers seem to fall silent. You've waited. You've hoped. And it hurts to feel like nothing is changing. But child, what if the change has already begun? Not outside, but within you. What if the deeper miracle is the way your heart is learning to endure, the way your spirit is being reshaped by this very season? I never waste pain. I never miss a tear. Every ache you've carried has been seen, and every silent cry has echoed in my heart. I am not distant. I am not indifferent. I am near, and I am working, even now. You're not the only one who has felt this ache. All throughout time, people have come to the edge of their breaking point thinking they were alone, only to find that I had already prepared something beautiful on the other side of their surrender. A door they never noticed, a strength they never imagined, a hope that didn't come from what they could see, but from what they began to believe again, that I'm faithful, even in the dark. You've been told to be strong, to keep going, to push through. And while resilience is good, I also want you to know this. It's okay to rest. It's okay to weep. It's okay to admit that you don't know what to do next. Because that's where I meet you most deeply. Not in your perfection, but in your surrender. Not in having all the answers, but in lifting your eyes in search of me. If you could see what I see, the path I'm weaving, the people I'm positioning, the future I'm preparing, you would rest easier. But I know it's hard to trust what you cannot yet see. That's why I speak to your heart now. The blessing is on the way. It may not look like what you expect, but it is coming. The miracle you need may not arrive as thunder and fire. It may arrive as a quiet moment where something inside you finally heals. It may be a conversation, a letter, an unexpected opportunity, or it may simply be the lifting of that invisible weight you've carried for too long. My timing is not your timing, but my timing is perfect, and I am never late. This is not about pretending that everything is fine. This is about learning that even when everything is not fine, you are still held, still chosen, still part of something divine. You don't have to earn my love. You don't have to prove your worth. You just have to keep breathing, keep listening, and let your soul believe again that I am still the God of the unexpected. When the day feels too hard, remember this. You have already survived things you thought would break you, and there is still so much ahead, so much light, so much joy, so many quiet moments of grace waiting to find you. You will laugh again. You will feel peace again. And not because your life will be perfect, but because you will begin to see the fingerprints of my mercy in places you never thought to look. You are not disqualified from miracles. You are not too far gone. You are not too broken. I specialize in the broken. I bring beauty from ashes. I lift the lowly and restore the weary. And I will do it again. For you, there is something holy about brokenness when it is brought into my presence. I don't ask you to pretend. I ask you to be real with me, to bring your questions, your exhaustion, your hidden disappointment. I can carry it all. I always have. There's no shame in being tired, no weakness in wondering why things haven't changed. Even the strongest souls grow weary. Even the faithful need reminders. So here is mine. I have not stopped writing your story. You were not forgotten in that hospital room. I saw you. You were not invisible when the job was taken from you or when the betrayal shattered your trust. You didn't imagine it. That quiet ache that told you something was still possible. That small light to go out inside you. That's me. I'm not only the God of thunder and parting seas. I'm the God who sits with you in waiting rooms, in lonely apartments, in the corners of your fear. I do not need a perfect stage to do something miraculous. I move in the unseen, in the quiet, in the slow. You long for rescue, and I understand that. You ask me to fix what's broken, to return what was lost, to answer what has been left hanging in silence. And yes, I hear you. I always hear you. But my love is deeper than a single solution. I am not just trying to remove your pain. I am trying to redeem it. To take what the enemy meant for harm and use it to strengthen, to restore, to awaken something inside you that this world can't touch. What you call delays are often my design. What you see as detours are sometimes divine direction. You were never meant to walk a straight, predictable path. You were meant to follow me, step by step, breath by breath, and find me in places others would never think to look. Yes, I allow the unexpected, but I also fill the unexpected with purpose. This isn't about blind optimism. This is about spiritual truth. Even now, even here, you're surrounded by grace. I've seen you hold on with trembling hands. I've watched you choose kindness when you felt empty. I've noticed the tears you've wiped away in secret, the prayers you've whispered in the middle of the night. Every one of them matters to me. Not one has been wasted. You think no one understands what you're carrying, but I do. I was there when the weight was placed on your shoulders. I've been with you through every quiet breakdown, every forced smile, every day you showed up, even when you wanted to disappear. That is strength, child. That is faith in action. And I honor that kind of faith. Blessings are not always what you think. Sometimes they look like open doors, yes, but other times they look like closed ones that spared you from something you couldn't see. Sometimes a blessing is a delayed answer that made room for growth, for healing, for deeper trust. Sometimes it's the person you became while you waited, the courage you found when everything felt out of control, the compassion that bloomed in your heart because you finally understood what it means to need grace. I bless in layers, I work in mystery, but always, always I work in love. And miracles, you're surrounded by them. But your eyes have been trained to look for the dramatic, the unmissable. Let me show you what miracles really are. A miracle is the way your heart still hopes, even when it hurts. A miracle is how your lungs keep breathing, even when your soul feels tired. A miracle is how someone you didn't expect says exactly what you needed to hear. It's how peace shows up out of nowhere. It's how joy returns after a long night of sorrow. These aren't coincidences. These are traces of me. Gentle reminders that I'm still near, still good, still working all things together for your good. You're not weak because you need encouragement. You're human, and I know how fragile that humanity can feel. But don't mistake fragile for broken beyond repair. I made you. I know your limits, your fears, your longings, and I know how to lead you gently back to life. That is what this moment is. A gentle leading. A reminder that you are still seen, still loved, still chosen for more. So today, don't rush past the small gifts. Notice them. The warmth in your hands, the sunlight through your window, the memory that made you smile, the breath in your body. These are not small things. These are signs. My signs. Reminders that even here, especially here, you are surrounded by me. Let that truth sink deep, because the moment you realize I am still with you, that I am still working, is the moment hope finds you again. And when hope finds you, blessings begin to unfold, not always loudly, but always faithfully. I am not done. Not with your story, not with this chapter, not with you. You've looked at your reflection and asked questions that no one else can hear. Why am I still here? What am I supposed to do with all this pain? Will it ever get better? I've heard those questions, every one of them, and I have not turned away from you, not once. When others didn't notice your silent cries, I did. When you wanted to disappear, I drew closer. You may not have felt it, but I was holding you even then. What if I told you that even now, blessings are forming beneath the surface, that while you've been surviving, I've been planting, that every struggle, every season of confusion, every tear has been watering something sacred in your soul. You see the brokenness, but I see the becoming. I know what is being born in you through this pain. You want it to end. I understand. But even more than an end, I want you to discover what can only be found in this place. A strength that is not your own. A peace that doesn't come from answers, but from presence. My presence. You often think blessings must look a certain way, big, bold, and immediate. But my blessings are often quiet, steady, and deeply personal. They are not always about fixing your situation. Sometimes they are about transforming your vision. Teaching you to see what truly, inviting you to find treasure in unexpected places. The very place you are standing now, this place of discomfort, waiting, or sorrow, may become the sacred ground where your heart awakens to what can no longer be ignored. That I have always been with you, and I have always been enough. I'm not afraid of your doubts. I'm not threatened by your questions. I would rather have you come to me in honesty than stay silent in shame. Come as you are, uncertain, wounded, hopeful, afraid. Bring the full weight of your heart. I can carry it. I want to carry it. And in return, I will give you something the world cannot. Perspective, peace, and the ability to see blessings where others only see ashes. You may think you've missed your chance, that you're too far behind, too broken, too late. Let me tell you something you need to hear. I do not work on human timelines. I redeem time. I restore what was lost. I reopen doors that were slammed shut, and I rebuild what others said was beyond repair. You are not too late. You are right on time. My time. Do you remember when you were younger, when your heart dreamed more freely, when joy came easily, and life felt full of promise? I remember. I placed that sense of wonder in you. And though the world may have dimmed it, though pain may have made it harder to dream, I have not let it die. I am reigniting it now, not with empty promises, but with holy assurance. You are not forgotten. You are not disqualified. You are being reshaped, refined, and readied for a life that will reflect the deep beauty born from endurance. Blessings come to those who stay open, who don't let bitterness win, who dare to hope again, even when nothing changes. You may not see the fruit yet, but the roots are growing. Your hope is not foolish. Your faith is not wasted. I see every quiet act of trust, the way you get out of bed when it would be easier to stay down, the way you keep showing up for people when your heart feels empty, the way you whisper, "Help me,"